I think India is doing a lot to sort of, make itself and position itself as the most important market outside of the US now. The truth is that India is the only cohesive market with a 1.4 billion population, and I think this has a great opportunity for any investor who hasn't looked at India so far. India requires a little bit of work, a little bit of understanding. I think the early investors in China did that hard work. They went into China, they learned the language, they tried to understand the dynamics of the customers there. I think a little bit of the same work, if it is done in India, I think India will reward investors very handsomely. So the entire VC business, whether if you see it from the LP side or from the GP side, is actually a people's business. I mean, with money attached to it, you really need to understand the motivations of people as to why they consume certain products and services, what are the reasons why they are more attracted to certain brands, to certain companies versus others. And I think to be able to really understand that, LPs and GPs have to really spend time with the Indian consumers, Indian founders, and understand motivations, understand their relationship with money, their relationship with products and services. I think that kind of understanding is key to success in any market, including India. The reason we invest in Indian founders is because we understand their motivations, we understand the customers' motivations. And I think LPs will also, if they do that little bit of work of being on the ground, I think it'll be a very productive and fruitful outcome. So I think India got a little bit of a bad reputation early in the early years because they weren't really exits. Then Flipkart happened, which has been one of the biggest mega exits that Tiger and Axel saw. And I think a lot of the Indian GPs are now very well attuned to looking at exits. They've understood how the returns have to be very quick and commensurate with the time you're spending into the market. There's better understanding therefore of founders who understand that sort of risk return profile, because ultimately it has to come from a founder's understanding of how the VC business really works. And I think more and more GPs are returning capital. Sometimes these are smaller returns and they don't make the headlines the way Flipkart made the headlines, but increasingly I think you're seeing returns. I mean, Zomato listed, Policy Bazaar listed, so listings are beginning to happen as well. So for later stage investors, there is those opportunities as well. And I think with more focus on profitability, better sort of utilization of capital that founders are raising, I think we are going to see a very good sort of returns perspective, including from Rukam Capital. We've just done a return at 5.36x in a 2-year hold. So I think every GP now understands this aspect.